I taught a class at Wesleyan in 2012 called Music Movements in a Capitalist Democracy, and I cutting to the chase, so I was really amazed by something, which was, you know, reading about Greenwich Village, going into sort of the Woodstock era, and also the Civil Rights Movement. What was really amazing is that people were making a lot of music before they took to the streets. And they were making music side by side. And so when I see people walking around with ukuleles and stuff, I'm really psyched, and violins, because making music side by side is where a lot of things begin. There's a beautiful article this guy wrote about disco, how it just got people off their couches. It was great. It was super interracial. It was great for people of all orientations. And we associate with drugs and drugs and sex, but really, he said there was an unprecedented amount of peace marches in the late 70s, and this author attributed that to disco. And I was kind of understanding that, because I was seeing these people in Greenwich Village, you know, these clips of people, and they're getting dressed in the morning, put on a shirt, your pants, your sandals, your banjo, because, you know, who knew how long that line for the bagels would be, so you might have to just whip out your banjo and play it, or you might need it at the park, you might at this Alan Block sandal shop, or, you know, you're playing at one of the 10 million clubs downtown, and it just seemed like, you know, sort of a way of being a human, was to just make music next to other humans. And so I became sort of enamored of this idea of how we can bring music that we sing together, you know, into the streets together, because people bemoan that we don't have this, you know, a soundtrack that is ready-made specifically for whatever, you know, our time's demand right now. But, you know, there are pre-existing songs that we all know together, and soon after I taught this course, I went and I spoke up at Vassar, and I was talking to these students, and they just had a visit from the Westboro Baptist Church, and, you know, because they were, I don't know, teaching Shakespeare or something, and so I said, so you came out in force, you know, there were probably like 12 of them, and, you know, so you came out in force, like, oh yeah, and I said, did you sing to them? And they said, well, when they were leaving, we sang, no, hey, goodbye. And I said, I get it. But, you know, they came this really long distance, and they're so, I don't know, they're sort of outnumbered and kind of outclassed by you, and perhaps you could serenade them, and sort of, because they seem imprisoned, and they really seem to me like they could benefit from coming out, as, you know, there are certain songs that I can think of. One that really, you know, makes a sort of a subconscious reference back to Kansas, and that mentions all sorts of things, and that could be sort of welcoming to them. And but you should learn the song. You should learn how to sing it beautifully, and really, you know, sing it with love in a welcoming, persuasive way. And if you're very, very lucky, perhaps you would have some people who would really add an extra amount of beauty and resonance and meaning to this meaningful song of welcome. And luckily, I'm really, you know, in the music world, and I'm very lucky to know a lot of people. And I brought a few friends tonight to join me on this song, and I'm hoping that they're here. Oh, I see the curtain moving. Oh, here they are. Sing. Please join us on this. Not only does this refer back to Kansas, but there's also a mention of rainbows, and I think that's always useful. We're doing the P. Seeger ending on this. It's just very inclusive, so if you know it, please do it that way. So